Building strong advertising campaigns on Google is important, but if you set and forget your campaigns, they're never going to reach their full potential. And running fully optimized ad campaigns requires a continuous effort of tweaking and tinkering. So, in this video, I'm going to give you three essential Google Ads campaign optimizations for escape room businesses. Hey everyone, I'm Jake with Birch Design Group, and I've worked with over 50 escape room locations across the US, the UK, and Canada to help them run efficient ad campaigns with a focus on maximizing return on ad spend. And if you don't want to bother with managing your own ad campaigns or have doubts about how your current agency is performing, I'd love to chat. So just click the link below to book a call with me. So let's get into it. Here are three essential Google Ads campaign optimizations for escape rooms. And the first one's going to be setting location-based bid adjustments. I typically do this for my escape room clients every 4 weeks. And in order to do this optimization, you'll need to have segmented targeting on your locations rather than radius location targeting. And I typically set up my location targeting by zip code or town name for my clients. And this allows me to gather segmented data so I can see how certain zip codes or towns are performing and set up bid adjustments accordingly. First, you're going to want to select one of your campaigns and then pop over to the Locations tab. And next, I'll set the date range for the past 30 days, so I'm working with recent data. And then I'll sort the locations by cost per conversion. And now, your locations that have the lower cost per conversions, those are your higher performing locations. So we want to set a bid adjustment to tell Google that we're willing to spend more for clicks from this location, since they have a higher chance of converting. And then the locations that have a higher cost per conversion, they're going to be our lower performing locations. So we set a negative bid adjustment to tell Google that we aren't willing to pay as much for a click here because they're less likely to convert. And I'll typically increase or decrease a bid by 10%. And over time, these will build up to where they need to be. Also, about once every 3 months, I'll set the date range for the past 90 days and I'll remove locations that have too high of a cost per conversion or locations that have no conversions with high ad spend. This way, we won't be wasting budget on zip codes that don't convert. The next optimization is schedule-based bid adjustments, and I also make this optimization about once every 4 weeks for my clients. This one's a lot like location-based bid adjustments, but instead of by location, we're setting bid adjustments by the day of the week. And again, we're going to start by selecting a campaign, and this time we're navigating to the Schedule tab. If you don't already have an ad schedule set up, you'll need to create one in order to do this optimization. And I like running ads on a 24/7 schedule so that anytime someone's searching for an escape room, our ads can show. And there's a quick way to do it. Instead of selecting Monday and then Tuesday and then Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Also, if you just select all days, all times, it doesn't populate it day by day. So just to do it quick, you can select Monday through Friday and then select Saturday and Sunday. And then it'll stack all those days in and gather data per day. So after you do this, you'll begin accumulating data by the day of the week. And once you have enough data, you can set your date range to the last 30 days. And again, we're going to sort by cost per conversion. And we'll apply a 10% bid increase on your top performing days and 10% decrease to your lower performing days. It's up to you if you want to remove your lowest performing day after you gather enough data, but I'll typically keep a 24/7 schedule running. The third and possibly most important optimization is setting and adjusting a target ROAS or return on ad spend. In order to do this optimization, you'll need to ensure you have conversion and revenue tracking properly configured. I'll also make this optimization about once every 4 weeks for the accounts that I manage. So to do this, you're going to navigate to the campaigns tab. You're going to set the date range for the last 30 days and enable the conversion value divided by cost metric so you can see your ROAS for the past 30 days. And there's a few factors that come into play when trying to decide on where you should set your target ROAS. And naturally, you might think, well, I want as high of a return on ad spend as possible, so I'll just set my target ROAS to 100x or 10,000%. And it'd be great if it was that simple. But if you take that approach, Google's only going to serve your ads to people who are pretty much guaranteed to convert and at a high dollar amount. So realistically, your ads are just never going to serve with this setup. So the trick is to see where your actual ROAS was over the last 30 days and set your target ROAS just higher than that number. And the exception to this is if your ad was underserved the past 30 days, you can usually tell this is happening because your ad spend will be lower than your average monthly budget. So in this case, you want to set a target ROAS that's a little bit lower than your actual ROAS for the past 30 days. The formula is this. If you want more volume, set your target ROAS slightly lower than your actual ROAS. If you want more profitability, set your target ROAS slightly higher than your current actual ROAS, but expect a little lower volume. And if you set it much higher than the current performance, it will likely limit traffic and reduce conversions overall. And setting it much lower may increase conversions, but it's going to reduce the profitability. So to make that adjustment to your target ROAS, navigate to your campaign settings. Under the bidding section, you're going to make sure you have maximize conversion value selected and check the box to set a target return on ad spend. And then you can enter your target ROAS. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video and can implement these tactics in your ad campaigns to increase your performance. So until next time, take care, everyone. Thank you.